Every winter, the pattern repeats itself. As the days get shorter, you watch the motivation start to fade. Energy starts dropping, emotions become unstable, meltdowns are increasing, and the anxiety starts spiking. Now, doctors call this seasonal affective disorder. Now, they explain how reduced sunlight messes with our brain chemistry. And they may tell you to try a light box, maybe add in some vitamin D or another supplement, or perhaps maybe even consider medication. But here's what they can't explain. Why is it that some people, or some children for that matter, handle fall and winter just fine while others predictably struggle? Why does your child with ADHD or autism get noticeably worse every single year when the clocks change? Why does one sibling thrive year round while the other then battles the same seasonal decline? The answer is not about what happens during seasonal depression. It's about why certain nervous systems don't have the capacity to adapt when the seasons are changing. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. So, this video is going to be for people who are exhausted from watching their child or themselves struggle every single fall and winter, and who are tired of being told that it's just seasonal, and those that are ready to understand the real neurological reason behind these predictable seasonal changes. And in this video, you're going to discover why seasonal depression isn't all about sunshine deficiency. You're going to learn how nervous system reserve capacity, or the lack of it, determines who struggles and who doesn't. And we're going to break down the perfect storm that creates this vulnerability early in life. And most importantly, you'll see how restoring neurological resilience can help you or your child finally thrive year round. So here's what we see in our office every single fall and winter. Sleep starts getting worse, digestion starts to struggle, behavior challenges are increasing, and the meltdowns happen more frequently. And that anxiety that seemed manageable in August becomes overwhelming by December. It's not just a coincidence, and it's not bad luck, and it's not genetics. People and children with these conditions predictably worsen each winter because their nervous systems are already operating at max capacity. And when seasonal transitions arrive, there's simply nothing left in the reserves. So let's dive into the nervous system resilience factor for all seasons. So, our autonomic nervous system. It operates like a car with two pedals. We have our gas pedal, which is our sympathetic nervous system that activates our stress responses, while the brake pedal, or the parasympathetic nervous system, promotes rest, recovery, and emotional balance. Now, a healthy nervous system shifts smoothly between these two states, using the gas or the sympathetic when challenges arise, but engaging the brake pedal to be able to rest, digest, sleep, calm, grow, develop, and heal. But some nervous systems get stuck with the gas pedal pressed down and the brake pedal unable to engage. This is what's called sympathetic dominance. And it's not a choice to make, but something the nervous system is actually automatically doing. So when we talk about the nervous system and its battery or the reserve, where is it entering the fall and the winter? So you can think about our reserves or our capacity like a smartphone battery. So a healthy battery of our phone handles regular daily use plus the high demand activities without issues. Now, seasonal changes require real adaptation work from our nervous system, adjusting our circadian timing to the new light patterns, maintaining our neurotransmitter production despite reduced sunlight, regulating our body temperature as things get colder, and supporting immune function during that cold and flu season. Now, for a nervous system with healthy nervous system balance, those adaptations happen automatically. We don't have to think about it. It happens with ease. We start noticing shorter days, but we don't feel overwhelmed. However, for an overwhelmed nervous system, seasonal transitions become the breaking point where people can fall into what we call neurological exhaustion. So, I want to talk about the perfect storm that creates this vulnerability. Now, the nervous system and its vulnerability didn't just start when the time changed, it didn't start the day after Thanksgiving. It began so much earlier, often during prenatal development, during birth, and the first years of life. So, prenatal stress. This exposes the developing nervous system to elevated cortisol and stress hormones by the way of the umbilical cord through the placenta straight to baby. Now, these hormones, specifically the stress hormones, are programming the nervous system, programming the brain to expect a stressful environment. And then birth trauma from interventions like C-sections, forceps, vacuum extractions, or even extended labor creates physical stress to the upper neck and to our vagus nerve pathway. And then early childhood stressors like colic, reflux, ear infections, and significant antibiotic usage then add stress to an already vulnerable system. The antibiotics disrupt the gut microbiome, which then directly affects nervous system regulation and our vagus nerve. And by ages 3 to 7, the diagnostic labels start to emerge. But the nervous system dysfunction was there way before that. It was there all along. The signs just become more obvious as life demands increase and seasonal transitions expose what was already struggling. So, seasonal struggles aren't about weakness or bad brain chemistry or even the seasonal shift itself. They're a sign that the nervous system has lost its reserve capacity and its resilience. The good news is that the nervous system, and our bodies for that matter, are designed to heal, to recover, and to regulate. And when people get regular neurologically focused chiropractic care, most families can't even believe how just a few adjustments can recharge their body's battery and restore that missing resilience. So, if you want your family to stay healthy and energized and thriving all winter long, check out the link in our bio, send our office a DM, or even schedule an appointment here at Haven Family Chiropractic. Let's make sure that this winter is different.